here from the Tradie marketing agency. And today I wanted to talk about a concept of why running a big business is actually easier than running a small business. Because a lot of people have this belief that, if you grow, and you're already working so much now that if you grow even more, you're going to be absolutely flat out. Whereas the reality of the situation is that actually isn't necessarily true. So I was listening to a podcast the other day, and the guest on the show was talking about his previous businesses. He currently had 16 businesses, and he earned more money than he'd ever need. And he said something that was really interesting and really perked up my ears. And he was saying that running a big company is actually far easier than running a small company. And it got me thinking as to why. Um, because, a lot of, and I know definitely when I was a sole trader, the idea of growing beyond that, when I was already working so hard and so much, seemed like I'd just burn out, I'd just collapse, you know. But when you think about if you actually have a large company, think of some of the things you would have in place. One, you would have staff, so you would have people on the tools doing the work for you. You would likely have an accountant doing your taxes. You'd have a bookkeeper doing your books. You might have somebody working in your team on your social media or your marketing, or maybe managing your emails. You might hire a HR team to make sure all your HR stuff is up to date. And you might even hire sales people to do the sales for you. And what do all these things have in common is that they free up your time. So time for what? Time for adding extra people, building new systems, which free up even more time. And so, if you have all those things in place, you actually, like, the amount of things for you to do on your plate is actually rather small. You'd probably just be mainly focusing on strategy and direction. And then you get the two things of time and freedom, which kind of tips the balance of the work-life equation back in your favor. So yeah, like when thinking about sort of growing and scaling your business, it actually can be far easier and create far more free time and money for you growing your business. It's not just like, oh, I might get more money, but I'll be working flat out. Well, no, if you build it correctly and actually build the systems, you can actually increase your free time and have it actually be easier than running as a sole trader. I'd compare it a bit to sort of, health and fitness. Like, what's an easier life, being healthy or sick? And most rational people would say being healthy. But if I was to then ask you what's easier, sitting on the couch or going to the gym, most people would say sitting on the couch. In the same way, what's an easier life, having plenty of time and money or being poor and overworked? And you'd say the first one, I'm sure. But then if I was to ask you what's easier, staying as a sole trader or building a multi-million-dollar a year construction business, you'd probably say the sole trader. So it really boils down to the choice of, easy now, hard later versus hard now, easy later. So which one are you going to choose?